On today's video, we're going to be exploring homeless camps in Interstate 75 in Tampa. And what we discovered is booby traps like this. Somebody is actually leaving these dangerous booby traps in the middle of homeless camps in the state of Florida. The reason why they're doing it, you wouldn't even believe. On today's video, we're going to tell you why people are leaving these dangerous booby traps in homeless camps in Florida. We're going to Tampa. Eventually we'll get to Tampa. Yes, sir. What's up, everybody? This is Jose from Southern Life. Welcome to Tampa, Florida. We are right by the interstate. And on today's video, I want to show you guys the homeless people that are living literally on the interstate of Interstate 75. Now, I know the audio isn't going to be perfect. We're going to be doing with some pretty bad audio quality. Just bear with me on the audio quality. And that is because today, on this video, I'm not going to be able to mess around with the transmitter and the receiver because these are very dangerous homeless camps. Every day, hundreds of thousands of people pass by Interstate 75. Right now, guys, we are in the middle of Interstate 75 on an off-ramp in Tampa. Now, you'll notice that the state recently came in here and cleared this area. And you may ask yourself, why would the state of Florida have to come in and chop down all the underbrush on all these off-ramps? Well, here's cotton from a pillow. If you look real carefully on the ground, you'll notice the signs that here where we are right now was a homeless camp. This is like a brake caliper maybe? What do you guys think this is? To illustrate my point, if you look real carefully, you'll see a bag here. This looks like it might have at one point been a very expensive Coach bag. You can just make out that there's a hotel right across the way. So these homeless camps that are here in the woods, what they do is they set up camp here and then they do break-ins at the hotels in the vicinity. Then they come in with beautification projects like this. Now, the notion of putting rocks underneath the bridges is a notion they learned from Portland, Oregon. The cities and municipalities have started putting rocks underneath the bridges to keep homeless people from setting up camps. All right, guys, so directly in front of us is Interstate 75, and back in here are homeless camps. Now, so what happens is that there's a lot of lot lizards that come back in here. All right, guys, so here we have an abandoned homeless camp in Interstate 75. This is a site that nobody is inhabiting. These are the homeless camps that are right on Interstate 75. You may notice that there are mosquitoes swarming all around me at this moment. There's a pot here, which is literally a breeding ground for mosquitoes. If you look in there, you'll see thousands of mosquito larvae getting ready to hatch. So this is a mosquito hatchery here at this point. All right, guys, so let's try to discover exactly what was happening at this homeless camp. Really, we're head to toe in military gear to protect our body, and I'm actually wearing several layers of clothes in case somebody were to try to stab me, to help kind of layer the stab a little bit. But let's understand what was happening at this homeless camp. We're going to look around here and just discover how these people were living. This skateboard makes me think that the person that was at this homeless camp might have been a young person. Yeah, they were definitely eating good back here. I don't know what this is. I don't know if this is a suitcases would almost suggest, again, another robbery base camp. There's yet another suitcase, so we're starting to see a pattern here, aren't we? I really like these abandoned camps because it gives us the opportunity to discover what these people were living like without their manipulation. Now, the amount of mosquitoes here is just unbelievable. It's overwhelming. I'm not sure what the crap this is. This person was definitely involved in some auto break-ins, as there are purses and luggage scattered all through this area. I think what's really nice about exploring abandoned camps for our channel is this, it gives us the opportunity to see what's really here without the homeless people trying to cover it up or lie. I'm not saying that's the case for every homeless camp video we've done, but for a lot of them it is the case. But we're not here to judge people. We're just here to understand the homeless problem. Here's another purse as well. I think if we came back here with the metal detector, we could actually start finding credit cards and other things that are scattered in the ground. At some point, somebody paid good money for a good pair of Nikes. See, this here is a pair of female panties. Now, the collection of different items that are here, they're all different. There's a few big gulps, but I think that this was base camp for a lot lizard, because there's a variety of different drinks here. So the possibility that more than one person was back here. So I can say that these camps here is possibly a lot lizard. Now we are discovering a trail here, and usually these homeless camps are going to have abandoned camps in the front, and then they keep pushing them further back. So there's many times where in the back they're inhabited, but in the front they're not. And the more deeper you get into these homeless camps, the more dangerous it gets. You can see they have carpets here. I mean, just look at the setting, bro. This feels like one of those Wild West movies where you're just walking through the wood and there's somebody hiding camouflaged behind a tree, and all of a sudden out of nowhere they jump out, and literally feels like a horror movie walking through here. It feels like at any moment somebody's going to jump from a tree and sculpt you. So you can see that they have the shopping carts right here next to the hotel. Now these shopping carts are that so when they do a burglary, they can put the whatever they steal inside the shopping cart. So they'll pull the shopping cart right up next to the car, do the break-in, and then they'll throw whatever they got inside that shopping cart, and then they'll throw stuff over the shopping cart to hide the stuff. So they'll have two shopping carts, one with garbage and one that's empty. They smash and grab your stuff, throw the stuff into one shopping cart, and then they grab something else that's garbage and throw it over that shopping cart. And many times they can even leave the area, right, and leave the stuff that they stole right there in a shopping cart and come back for it later. So this hotel here with all these shopping carts in the back shows how prevalent car break-ins are. If you were to stay at this hotel right here, the chances of you having your window broken and something stolen is tremendous. I mean, you can see that there's actually a Hillsborough County Sheriff officer right here, possibly investigating a car break-in, or maybe they just parked it there to deter the people from doing the break-ins. But the crazy thing is that law enforcement says it's somebody who came in a car and did it, and you know, we'll never find them. But really, the person doing these car break-ins, they're living right behind the hotel in the woods, but the cops will never venture into those woods. You may have stayed at a hotel and seen reviews along the lines of my car got broken into, and you'll see 3 or 4. Like I stayed at a hotel in San Antonio, Texas, and there's just countless reviews saying, you know, somebody broke into our hotel, and I mean broke into our car at the hotel. And when you see a hotel that has those types of reviews, it's really somebody living homeless in the woods nearby. And this is the off-ramp to Interstate 75. There's the interstate right over there. And we're going to go in here and discover homeless camps that are now in the middle of Interstate 75, guys. So here's the trail. There's some plywood. There's some garbage all through there. So I'm not going to talk too much because I don't want them to hear me as I pull in. So there's garbage all through there. We are inside of Interstate 75. In the interstate. Look at this. Alright guys. So all around us, we are now inside of a homeless camp inside of the interstate. Can you believe that this is inside Interstate 75? Oh no, guys, we're looking at something totally different here. Okay, I don't know if you guys have noticed it yet, but when you notice it, your mind is going to be blown by what you're seeing here. Your mind is about to be blown. I don't know if you see it yet, but I already see it. This is a robbery base camp. What you're looking at here is suitcase after suitcase after suitcase. This is what's happening in the state of Florida, and this is absolutely wild. Okay, let me explain to you guys exactly what this site here is. Now, there are no tents here, right? Remember we talked about the fact there's no tents here? Why are there no tents here? Because this isn't a place where homeless people are living. This is a place where when they do burglaries, when they break into cars, they bring their garbage here to this site. And then they dump all the suitcases out. So look, all this are suitcases that they've been stealing. Look at how many suitcases are here. This is somebody who's going into the hotels, hitting a lick, breaking into cars, and then they grab all the clothes that they break into in the suitcases and they bring them out here and they dump them out, and then they pick out what they're keeping. So this is a very dangerous site. And again, the homeless people that are here, they're not sleeping here. They're sleeping somewhere else. This is just where they bring all the stuff they steal from cars so they can sort through it. So this is a massive crime scene on the interstate. And of course, if these people were to run up in here and catch us here right now doing a documentary about this, we would be in a very dangerous situation, because whoever occupies this site doesn't want to get caught. Imagine if these people ran up in here right now with some suitcases and they had a bunch of stuff that they just recently stole, and here we are documenting the site. So what you're seeing here is a robbery base camp. This is what this is called. This is what this is. Everything here is stolen. These are people that were staying in a hotel. Here's a needle cap right here. So they're engaging in illegal activity as well. Here's a needle cap right here. That's crazy to think. Here's a needle cap, you know? But this colorful collection of stuff is somebody who is running a base camp. And there's needles everywhere, by the way. Look, there's a needle right here. Here's a needle. Okay. Here's a needle. Here's another needle. Look at this. This is Tampa. We are surrounded by needles everywhere you look. The amount of needles around us is insane. I'm talking about every inch of the ground here is paraphernalia. Whoever told you that Florida is a place of law and order lied to you. Look at this. Paraphernalia, purse. This is a robbery base camp, and a really bad one at that. Everywhere you look are needles, guys. This isn't like one needle here, one needle there. This is like everywhere you look, there are needles. Look, that's a needle. That's the inside of a needle right there once it's broken off. That's a needle, needle cap, needle. And all they're doing is breaking into hotels. They drag everything in shopping carts. They put stuff on top of it to hide it. You ever see somebody with a shopping cart and they're moving really fast? They're bringing stuff that they stole from a hotel to the woods to sort through it all. And these are criminals who have absolutely nothing to lose. Here you have a pill bottle as well. And I'm going to guess this doesn't look that old. This is a fresh collection of materials. This is somebody who, all this stuff is stuff they've recently stolen from hotels nearby. Now, what is crazy is that at the last homeless camp that I found like this, it was a base camp on the interstate. I actually went into the homeless camp with a metal detector and started looking around, and I found a lot of jewelry, platinum and stuff, and silver and gold. Not gold, but like gold plated. And the issue is that when they're doing this, they're high, they're stoned out of their minds. And sometimes there's actually jewelry in this stuff that they're going through. And that jewelry, a lot of times they misplace it on the ground, or they just throw it over and they don't look for it. They're just looking for cash. So sometimes when they're breaking these cars, there's actual real jewelry in there and stuff of value, and they don't care. They're looking for cash. They're looking for drugs. They're looking for something else. Guys, so let's keep exploring this crime-ridden crap hole outside of Tampa. We are somewhere near Tampa, Riverview, and Brandon. So we're on the east side of Tampa. From the beginning of today's video, I told you guys that this was a very dangerous site. And the people that, if we do encounter people here, they're not going to let us put them on video because they're involved in heavy criminal activity. So we're going to keep pushing through these woods. But I can guarantee you we're not going to get any interviews out of this site. If we get caught in here, this isn't like the other homeless camps we do where it's elderly people that are retired and can't afford housing. These are needled out, junkied out homeless camps. If we get caught in here, it's probably going to be fight on sight type of thing. So there's no real, wow, this is crazy. Look at this, guys. Can you believe that we're in the middle of Interstate 75? Okay, first of all, the fact that we are literally inside of Florida Interstate is insane. Hundreds of thousands of people pass by here every single day. 100,000 people pass this intersection every single day. And the last thing that they imagine is that just behind the tree line, there's stuff like this. You can see a ladder over there. I'm sure somebody accidentally dropped that on the interstate. Same thing for this yellow jacket. And there are homeless camps back here. It's a crazy part. And eventually, as we keep exploring back here, we are going to run into people. And I can guarantee you they're not going to be friendly. They're going to be very hostile. And again, many times you'll even find jewelry when they do their little bonfires here. They do little bonfires to burn the credit cards and stuff, because they try to get rid of anything that's like credit cards and stuff where you can link this site to a robbery. So they're very careful to burn off driver's licenses, credit cards, anything of that sort. Can you believe that this is in the middle of the interstate? This mess. This is Florida. This is the middle of Interstate 75, dude. You've driven past there 100 times. Here's a beanbag. And the beanbag has like a little battery or something. Could that detonate or something? I don't know. Belts, clothing, jewelry. Everywhere you look is nothing but the signs of robberies and break-ins. And of course, everywhere you look, if you look close enough, you're gonna find needles. A lot of batteries here. There might have been a meth camp somewhere in here as well. I see a lot of batteries. Did you lose a key in the state of Florida? Everything here is consistent with what I've been telling you. We are in a robbery base camp, baby. You know, I interview homeless people who are just, elderly people that they don't have enough money to, what they get off the government isn't enough to survive, so on. But then every once in a while, you come to a site like this where the only thing that this site screams is crime. Sites like this only say one thing. Homie had the biggest foot in America. Here is where they start fires in the middle of the interstate, and they start these fires to burn anything that is circumstantial evidence, like driver's licenses. Here's a suitcase right here. Pill bottles. How much damage these people have done to society. How much jewelry they've stolen. How many car windows they smashed. How many people lost their driver's licenses while on vacation. Just think about how much damage these people have done to society. How many garages were broken into. Can you imagine you come to Florida on vacation and somebody steals all your clothes, your shoes, your identification, your wig. I guarantee you, if you had a good metal detector and you came in here and started beeping around, you would literally find... That looks like, what do you guys think that is? Fent? Crack rocks? Who knows, right? Whew. Buddy, what the crap? I'm trying to get any of that stuff on my hand. It could be fent. Think about how much damage these people have done to society. Here's another one of these scooter thingies. Pill bottles everywhere. How many people had their medicine stolen? Can you imagine you're on vacation in Florida? You stay at one of these hotels here in Tampa. Dude, that looks like a bulletproof vest. What the crap? Just think about all these elderly people that came to vacation in Florida and ended up having all their stuff stolen, their medication. Imagine how much damage these people have done to society. Some of these people that were victimized could have easily died. Yeah, they could have died. Imagine you're an elderly person and you have your medication that you depend on to stay alive. Somebody breaks in your car, steals your medication, steals your identity card, steals all that stuff. What do you do next? Think about it, guys. What do you do next? You don't think that these people here have made people go homeless? They've made other people go homeless. The damage that these people have done to society is just innumerable. Look at these beautiful oaks. Oh! Mosquito went right into my freaking eyeball. Look at these beautiful oak trees, guys. And we are not even on the main side of these homeless camps. This is the lesser side. There's actually a larger area on the other side of 301, but I don't know if we're gonna have time to get there today. I think with the weather, I was really hoping for a sunny day to get in there. Here's another homeless camp here. You can see that they have a suitcase over there, some clothing articles. Seems like a very primitive little camp. This is a very primitive little camp here. You can see there's a painting, some personal belongings and crates, pill bottles. Looks like a needle there, vape pens. Here's another needle over here. There's a needle right there. So we're starting to see needles here as well everywhere. But you can see some personal belongings, a couple needles here and there. And then there's the people that say, oh, that's a lie. Those people, oh, 2 bandanas right here. Check it out. All those people, they find that dumpster. I mean, do I look stupid to you? I mean, this guy's from New York, guys. What a shame. How many people have been victimized here? Somebody have their bicycle stolen. All right, guys, so now we are walking along 301, and we are still inside the off-ramp loop. All right, guys, so we're literally inside of the loop of Interstate 75. There's a camp here, and this one is inhabited, I believe. Last time I came through here, I saw people coming in. Let's see. I don't see any fresh footprints, but I do believe that this site is inhabited, because last time I came through here, the reason I discovered this homeless camp is because I was driving through in my vehicle and I saw people entering the woods. And this will be inhabited here, which will make it a lot more dangerous. This is going to be inhabited here. You can see it's cleared out perfectly. So this is way more dangerous to be in here because there's going to be people here. In here, it's just insane, dude. We're not talking like this is giant. This is like an entire homeless encampment in the middle of the interstate out here. Look, they even had a bonfire pit. Bury there. You can see they're sitting up there. The state of Florida comes in and they'll come in here and they'll bury their camps. So what I'm really find weird about this site is that they're burning weird stuff. So, yes, there are camps. So you can see there's a camp back there, and I don't want to go anywhere near it. Literally don't. Just one little thing. It's like there's more and more and more. Okay, guys. So here's a book bag and a suitcase as well, and we are now going to cross into the loop on the south side. So literally, again, like I said earlier, hundreds of thousands of people, maybe even millions of people in a week drive through this intersection. And the last thing that they imagine is that right on the off-ramp of 75 are these drug-filled, crime-filled burglary base camps. And there is a camp. I already saw the actual camp. I haven't figured out how to get in. All right, guys, so through the woods, I can make out that there is a homeless camp. I actually saw the tent in here. This might be an entrance here. Here in the Tampa area, a lot of these homeless camps are going to have pit bulls or other aggressive dogs. And these aggressive pit bulls and dogs, many times, will bite you. You guys remember? I recently got bitten by a dog at a homeless camp in Fort Myers. All right, guys, so we're going to go into this homeless camp here. You can see people have just been dumping garbage back here like crazy as well. People are doing, this is called felony dumping in Florida. This is, again, a felony. I actually have people, like these are solar panels and these are roofs. So this is a roofing company. Roofing companies are literally dumping loads of garbage like this in the middle of Interstate 75. So not only do you have homeless people and burglary base camps in these medians of the interstate, you also have people that are using this area literally as a landfill. A roofing company, literally, look at this, guys. This is a roofing company that is doing this. Roofing companies are actually dropping debris in the middle of Interstate 75. This is really happening in Florida right now. This company hasn't just done this once or twice. This company has literally done this dozens of times. There's dozens of piles of garbage. Here are several more piles. Guys, this is somebody who literally drove a dump truck. Look at this crap. Somebody literally drove a dump truck into the middle of the interstate. Could you imagine driving a dump truck to a median of an interstate in the United States of America to drop off massive, here's a boat. They use a boat haul to throw it all in there. This is somebody with a dump trailer or a dump truck who's been systematically just coming back here and doing this, guys. Look at this. Look. Could you imagine systematically bringing load and load? So not only do you have countless homeless camps in the middle of the interstate, but you also have people who are systematically coming back here and just dumping entire dump truck loads of garbage, commercial debris. And guys, it's not one pile or two or three. I am seeing dozens. It's literally, these people are literally using the interstate as a landfill. This is so unacceptable. To think that this is in the median of an interstate in the United States of America, and we're not talking one load or two, guys. We're talking, look at the scope of this. How many times have these people done this? Look at this. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is somebody with a landscaping truck who is literally dumping tons at a time back here. Look, this isn't like one time they did it. There's probably one dump truck load here. Here's another dump truck load. Guys, this is a person who systematically came back here with a dump truck and just dumped some more. Whoever did this isn't like, the crime is called felony dumping, but there has to be some type of enhancement for the person who did this. This is a massive economical crime, guys. Look at what these people have done. I knew that when I came on today's adventure, I was going to find some crazy things. But little did I imagine that I was going to discover what I've discovered today. These are individual people who have no regard for society. And the craziest thing is they have a roofing company. They should be making a lot of money doing roofing or hauling this debris. Lots of pile landscaping debris, and so is that. Well, I'll tell you, you couldn't even count how many dangers there are coming into these woods in Florida. Oh, look, they got pineapples over here. Oh, those are pineapple trees right there. This is a whole pineapple farm in the middle of the interstate. Look, all those are pineapples. That's kind of crazy. There is literally a pineapple farm in the middle of the interstate. Look, all these are pineapples. Those are pineapple trees, guys. All right, guys, about 1/4 of this area, so we're talking about maybe half an acre of this area, is nothing but pineapples. Come for the homeless camp, stay for the dumping and pineapple. Look at this, guys. Somebody could walk on this. Look at this, guys. Look at this. This is a booby trap right here. Look at this. And if you're wondering what this is, I'm going to tell you right now. All right, guys, this is one of the most infamous things that happens in Florida. These are booby traps, and they were left to catch whoever was doing this dumping. And what we discovered is booby traps like this. Somebody is actually leaving these dangerous booby traps in the middle of homeless camps in the state of Florida. The reason somebody left these booby traps here is to catch whoever's dumping this garbage. As you can see, the person has a habit of backing in their trailer and dumping garbage. So somebody went through the work of creating a booby trap for their vehicle. The problem is that this could actually hurt somebody. This could have been law enforcement who did it in order to catch the person who's doing this and make them pay the price for what they did. It could also be the homeless people who are vengeful for the people that are doing this. However, whoever did this, I'm going to go ahead and disassemble this booby trap because I almost stepped on it. If I had stepped on this, it would have gone right through my boot and injured me. I can understand your frustration, but the way to catch these people is setting up trail cameras. You should never, ever set up booby traps like this. Now, whoever set up this booby trap, I totally understand your frustration at whoever's doing this. But that's not the way you catch somebody who's doing something like this. In fact, that right there can actually cost an innocent person. Maybe a county worker or a surveyor could have easily lost a foot and been injured. I'm wearing boots. Maybe somebody's walking through these woods drunk at night and they step on that booby trap and they could end up losing a foot. So whoever did that, I understand your frustration, but that is definitely not the way to handle the problem. Setting a booby trap up like that puts everybody in danger. Surveyors, county officials. There wouldn't be enough time in a day to explore all of the homeless camps and dumpings that are happening here on this interstate. There's another Target shopping cart as well. I'm going to go ahead and abort today's video. There were many more homeless campsites that I wanted to explore, but the notion that we're walking through a minefield of booby traps makes me think that maybe it's time to get up out of here. The number of dangers that you can encounter in these homeless camps in Florida is literally endless. From dangerous criminals who are running from the law, people with warrants, to, of course, booby traps like those. So, while I wanted to keep exploring these crazy areas, I think it's been more than clear that the best thing we could do for our safety is to leave this area as soon as possible. What is that? All right, guys, so after risking our life countless times today, a well-deserved treat, Katie and I are going to eat some Dominican food. Not only does she drive me and pick me up from place to place as I hop from camp to camp, but she also does something very important with security that I can't reveal. That's in the background, stuff you don't see that Katie has to do to ensure today's video. So thank Katie for her transportation and her background security operations that she conducts so that I can get into these places safely.
I'm intrigued.
This is Dominican food. We got mofongo, pork chunks. This is Dominican food right here.